There's so much, I guess, appetite from some of the banks to raise capital. Is this the good time to do it in general?
Well, I think it's good news that there is appetite for capital in European banking. I mean, for a number of years now, people have been contrasting adversely the European banking sector, particularly the Eurozone banking sector, with the US, saying, look, the US sorted out their problems earlier, recapitalized earlier, and now they're looking to give some capital back, whereas Europe has been slow. And there's been some truth in that. It's a bit exaggerated, I think. But, of course, until a year or so ago, there was a sense that, European banks couldn't really raise capital, and therefore the only way that they could improve their capital ratios was by reducing the size of their balance sheets, because obviously you can do it by the denominator or the numerator. Yeah. The fact that it's now possible to work on the capital side, and UniCredit have showed it, and I'm sure Deutsche Bank will show it, is in fact on the whole good news, I think, because it does show that people have a sense that there is a profitable European banking sector struggling to get out.
But does the banking sector as a whole in Europe have to get a lot smaller? And if so, who will buy what?
I think the difficulty about talking about the European banking sector is that conditions are very, very different from place to place. If you look at the concentration ratio, it's very different in the UK from what it is in Italy. There are places in Europe, I guess Italy is one, where the ECB have made it clear that they would welcome further consolidation, and indeed that is occurring. There are other places where consolidation will be very difficult given the competitive environment. So I think it's very hard to refer to European banks, but overall I think there will be consolidation in the Eurozone sector in total, but more in some countries than in others.
You have to help me here, Sir Howard, with the ramifications of a 39% discount on dilution. I was blown away by the terms. I do not want you to comment specifically about one of your good competitors, but this reeks of not panic, but just desperation. The idea of a 39% haircut on a rights deal, the idea of a fourth round of dilution. Which institutions are going to merge in EU banking to better stability and better profitability?
Well, as you say, I'm not going to comment on Deutsche Bank. There is honour among thieves in the banking sector, as I'm sure you'll be pleased to know. But I wouldn't have described this in the way you do. I think the market will find a new level for this stock, and the fact that they and their advisors are confident enough to launch an issue on this scale, as I say, I think I regard as reasonably positive. Obviously, the key will be how they perform afterwards and whether they do manage to get their costs back down in a way that the market is confident in.